That's Michael the Meme Man.
Right.
Michael the Meme Man makes mean meme. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
I am Bryn Athen.
Oh. And this here is Frank, looking dapper as usual. Stripes make you look
wider. Frank looks like a wide boy today. He's been hitting the gym. Yeah.
It's Wednesday, guys. What's up? How have you been? I haven't seen you since Christian Meme Review, which we did have this week.
Yes.
I made sure. We've been doing every 2 weeks, but it's been interesting as I've sort of turned into a meme connoisseur.
Okay.
A meme sommelier. And so every week I'm doing it. I've noticed in these summer months, on accident, one because of sickness, the other because of vacation, we've skipped a week.
Oh.
And I've done 2 weeks of memes. But there's so much less memes than there are in the winter,
right,
that it's been the same time. So maybe come September, October,
yeah,
the memes will start flowing. I think everyone's just out and about.
Yeah.
It's August.
We'll
Everyone's out just doing their summer activities.
We're still in our first year, so we don't know what the trends are.
We don't know what the trends are. We're figuring it out. I've only been doing memes for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it's interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see the same names pop up. You're starting to get more recognition of, that's Joey the Meme Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's Michael the Meme Man.
Right.
Michael the Meme Man makes mean meme.
Memes.
But yeah, so if you didn't see that already, check it out. Why not? It's a good time. It's short. It's sweet. Sort of like me. I'm not short.
I'm Bryn Athen
because what a short person would say.
Bryn is a girl's name.
Okay.
I'm not Bryn Mawr.
Not Bryn Mawr. We hate Bryn Mawr.
We do not.
There's a rivalry between the Bryns.
No.
Battle of the Bryns.
No. So I just thought, why not? Why not be that?
The question is, why not?
Have I been? Is the question I ask myself is, have I been?
Yeah, no, I don't think you have this time.
Okay.
I think it's new.
Okay.
It's Wednesday. It's a new week.
Yeah.
It's a new name.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new vibe. It's a whole new vibe today. Yeah. But, yeah, did you do anything fun this weekend? Let me guess. Spent time in the hospital.
Not for me.
Well, yeah, but you're going for people. You might as well just become a nurse.
No, thank you. Not that I treasure our nurses, but I can't do it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I can't do it either. Nothing. It's like people get like squeamish over blood and stuff. I don't get squeamish over blood. I get grossed out about the gross stuff. Yeah, like rashes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, I was at a hospital today, and I was at a medical building as part of a hospital. Okay. And the prison vans pulled up.
Prison vans pulled up?
Yeah, and two incarcerated people were taken out in shackles, handcuffs, and guards, and taken into the I think I was in the neuroscience or neurosurgery section, so maybe they needed MRIs or whatnot.
Maybe they were getting what is it when they zap your brain?
An MRI?
No.
Oh, you mean like actual
back in the day? What they would do to people?
Yeah, I don't think they were doing that. So I saw
What's
them.
that called?
Lobotomy.
Yeah, lobotomy.
I saw them and I felt sorry for them.
Hey, well, at least they're getting medical care. That's good. I bet in other countries, it's like, hey, you're locked up.
Yeah, and it was Penn Hospital, which is the best hospital.
They're getting proper medical care.
But I still felt a certain way about them, and I prayed for them, and I thought to myself, they don't know I'm praying for them. Like, they just passed me by, and I thought they might think that I'm looking at them in judgment. Like, he was in full orange jumpsuit and everything. But I was praying for him instead. And, if I was dressed like a nun or a priest, a pastor, some sort of religious figure, the Pope standing out on the streets of Philadelphia, they would probably guess that I was praying for them. But it was just little old me.
Just little old
with
you.
My backpack. And
why'd you have a backpack?
I was holding it for a friend. Why can't I have a backpack?
It just seems like an odd picture in my head.
It might have been. But anyway, so I just wanted to let people know that you never know who's praying for you.
You never know. I'm praying for you right now. Did you feel that? Did you feel the energy?
Why
roll into your body?
do we spell prayed Prayd and we spell paid Paid?
You see, these questions, they just don't have answers. Only God knows, I would say.
Okay, so it's one word Wednesday.
Just jumping right into it.
Because I've already said the word.
Pray?
Pay.
Pay.
Yeah.
Paid.
Paid. I think pay is the root word, so we'll just say pay.
Payday.
Payday.
Candy bar, and also the best time of the week.
I would have got you the candy bar because we both enjoy that candy bar.
We do. We both enjoy that candy bar.
You seem to be off of vacation food at this point, so I didn't know if you would.
I don't know, guys. You know what? It's been a great summer, and I'm never guilty over living my life to the fullest. I've been going on vacays and the beach, and I've been eating food such as tacos,
barbecue stuff.
I've been eating food such as fried chicken. What else? I've been having a lot of pizza, wings. Oof, my kryptonite is wings.
Wings don't have to be unhealthy.
None of this stuff. Nothing's truly unhealthy unless you're eating like cigarettes. But
What?
I don't know. Like anything's good in moderation. All I'm saying is today I was like, all right, it's Monday. Let's get this show rolling. And I usually do 3 workouts a day. I do my walk, I do rock climbing, I go to the gym. I did my walk, I did rock climbing, and I passed out. I took like a 3-hour nap.
Oh, right.
My body needs to readjust.
Right.
And same thing with the food. It's like I tried to go back to what I normally or I would eat when and it was like I was just too hungry, and so I'm like, let me do a slow progress.
Right.
So I had a bowl of soup, I had a salad, and I had some potato salad.
Yum.
Naughty me. Naughty.
You're making me hungry. The Payday is a gluten-free bar.
I wouldn't describe it as that.
Well,
Like, how do you describe
is.
the bar? And it's like, and it's also gluten-free.
It's also gluten-free.
They weren't made to be gluten-free.
Well, they were made in 1932, so they probably did not think about
They probably didn't even know what gluten was.
gluten-free back then. It's now a Hershey's bar. It's an American candy bar, but at the time Hershey's bought it at some point. It wasn't. It was the Hollywood Candy Company, but it literally was made or not made because it's 1932. For the Depression is literally a meal replacement bar.
Oh,
because it's a nougat
it's
in
protein.
full peanuts.
Yeah. So good. Wish you had brought them. How dare you talk about these? And
I'm so sorry.
I've brought one.
I can see it. I haven't purposely made it a meal replacement bar, but you know when they say like you're hungry, grab a Snickers. I grab a non-chocolate because the chocolate covered ones are new.
Ew, there's a chocolate covered one.
You didn't know that? There's
How dare they? How
there's
dare they
chocolate
ruin
covered
my Payday?
Paydays, and that's not the same. But I do grab Payday for a gluten-free protein fulfillment.
Yeah. No. What was I gonna say?
Pay
With Paydays, I feel like with other candy bars, it's for a sweet tooth. But Paydays, it hits like when you're starving. So many times I'll go to the store because I like to really procrastinate making food for myself. And so if I decide, it's not like I'm not eating. If I decide I'm not going to eat out, I'm not going to go to the local Chinese food place. I'm like, okay, I got to go to the Giant. I have to go to the food store.
right.
And so sometimes I'm walking around there and I'm like, I'll always grab a Payday. And like that will 100% get me back home.
Right.
I can eat. So good. So good.
Right. And the Payday actually is named because it was first issued on Payday.
Oh.
I guess of the company.
Oh.
Payday's when you get paid.
That's when you get paid, guys.
So the word pay has lots of definitions.
Does it?
Yeah.
You're going to pay for this.
Yeah. Well, pay. This is different than last. Did you make it different?
No, I did not touch it.
Okay. You pay with money, right? You pay someone, and but also you can. Well, it could also be a noun. So like how much? Like what is the pay of that job? You know. But well, yeah. I'm saying there's a lot of definitions. I just mean a lot of ways to use it. Like pay attention, pay it back, pay for your sins, pay. So it's not always an exchange of money.
Yes.
Yeah, pay. Yeah, that's literally
pay.
He paid. I'll pay you for that. So that's pay. And of course I could never print out all of the pays in the Bible.
Yeah.
The word pay, paid. This is just pays with an S. And that too kind of tells you, like, sometimes you have to pay attention. Sometimes you have to pay.
Well, with pay,
money.
none of these even say it, but I mean, I think we've just glossed over this Bible story before, but I think it's a good time to talk about it. Is the story of the vineyard owner, the grape vineyard owner, and that was this a parable?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Let's just say it was a parable. I'll run you through it, guys, and we'll talk about it, even though it's not Walk Through Thursday. So, let's say it was a parable. There was this vineyard owner who went out early in the morning to find someone to help work the vineyard. So he'd go and he went to found someone and said, let's give the times. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Will you work for me? You'll make $100.
Okay.
Let's just say that, made up numbers.
Right.
The guy said, sure, I'll do it. Then 10 a.m. came around. He went and found another guy, and he said, hey, if you start working from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'll give you $100. Sure, I'll do it. Next person, 2 p.m., work for 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., I'll give you $100. Then last person, it's 4 p.m. If you work the 2 hours, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., I'll give you $100. Now the first people got really mad at this and say, he's only doing 2 hours of work. Why is he getting paid $100? I agreed to do 6. And we can talk about it more, but the general idea of what this parable is getting across is the idea of looking at other people. It's that first person didn't get swindled. They agreed to it. They thought it was a fair price.
Right.
And they understood what they were accepting. But if you're always, what is it? Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yes.
I guess this pretty much summed that up of comparison is a thief of joy. And
right.
You can't always be looking at other situations.
Right.
Especially when if you are put in a situation, it's one thing, but if you're always like, wait, but I did this, why didn't I get that?
Right.
It's never a good thing.
Never a good thing.
Anything else to say about that story?
No.
Story? No. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
If you go on this website, it's called geotarget.com, but target is spelled Targit.
Oh.
You can, I think you can type in like all places in the whole entire world.
Okay.
And
do what with them?
Figure out something about it. So I typed in the word pay.
Okay.
And it told me that there are, it can be found in 4 countries throughout the world. I think it's just found 5 times. So the place would be called Pay.
Oh.
Pay.
Payland. Pay.
Just Pay.
Paytown, USA.
So I said, let me check Spencer.
Oh.
There are 22 places in the world named Spencer.
Any in America?
Actually, America has the highest number of places called Spencer, spread across 21 regions.
No big deal, guys.
Yes. And Verona.
Italy.
Who's she? I don't know.
They don't read Romeo and Juliet?
Who's she? 30 places.
Wait, that was Romeo and Juliet, right?
Yes.
Town of Verona?
Yeah.
I know my Shakespeare.
30 places in the world named Verona. And so you're 22 places in the world named Spencer. Not 22, that it could be found, but like once in the country it might be found even more than once, right?
Like there's like Spencer
30
Street
places.
Wait, you beat me?
30 places. I beat you. Verona, right? Get this. So
what?
So your sister Avalon is named Avalon. And then people say, that's weird because there's a place called Avalon, a famous place in California called Avalon, and locally famous place in New Jersey called Avalon. And they'll say, oh my God, your name's Avalon. There's also a car. But anyway, but yet you're found in 22 places in the world. Verona's found in 30 places in the world. Avalon is only found in 20 places in the world. It's still high. It's almost like you. But what I'm saying is it's
silly to say you were named
than,
after the place. It's like when nobody says your name's Spencer, you were named after.
Yeah, what? Your name is Spencer? You know?
Yeah, I guess it depends where you live. Maybe if I lived closer, they would say that.
I don't think so.
I think it's also more like when names are more uncommon.
Right.
And then it's like when you have one association. If there's a place called Martin, like St. Martin's.
Right.
You're not going to be like, wait, your name's Martin? Like the island?
Right.
Well, no, we know Martin's a normal name. But I bet if you live near, no, not even Italy. I bet if you live near the town of Italy, they'd say, oh, like the city.
Or New Jersey. There's one in New Jersey.
Of Verona?
Yeah, and Pennsylvania. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Don't know if that has to do with being paid. Oh, it's just that's how you got there. Start with paid.
I looked at pay. I said, what about, is there places in the world called pay? I don't know. I just wanted to see. And then I found this great website, GeoTarget.
Shouldn't have this been a Friday? I bet we're just getting everyone upset being like, well, now I'm just thinking about Payday on a Wednesday when paydays are usually on a Friday.
Maybe they're watching this on a Friday.
Oh. If you're watching this, turn it off and watch it again Friday.
There's also people with the first name Pay.
Pay?
Yeah.
And last name Day?
It seems very old English, though. I'm kind of looking at this and it's saying the 11 and 1200s. So maybe there's not Pay.
Well, it's probably going to make a little resurgence with all the weird names that are coming out now.
Yeah.
My child's name is Acorn.
So that's funny. But, yeah, so let's talk about the biggest Bible story of all. It's not that I didn't like your story.
It sounded like I was like really excited. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a winner. What's better about being paid than the discrepancies of being paid and whether you should worry about it or not? But it's fine. It was a stupid story.
It's not a stupid story. It's a Bible story.
I should have never brought it up.
It's not a stupid story.
Stupid.
It's just that
stupid.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
You just weren't ready for it.
I wasn't ready.
That's what it was. You weren't ready for it.
I was like, what? Oh wait, let me tell you about this because I have all my pay information here.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're paying for a lot of printer ink with all your papers.
I am. Like you said about walkthrough. You said, oh, this should be a walkthrough Thursday. So I was kind of like, wait, because walkthrough Wednesday. Sorry, One Word Wednesday is kind of a relaxed.
I feel like you've been pretty on edge today.
If people are afraid of or not afraid, but dreading like Bible study or dissecting a Bible verse, like One Word Wednesday is more like, hey, you know what? What's going on? I don't know. Did you know that Amazon is coming out with I forget what it's called, Amazon One or something, but you're going to pay with your palm?
It sounds a little New World Order to me.
Listen, you're
going to get a microchip put in your hand?
No.
And it's going to scan it? It's going to scan your hand? You know what it's going to do?
What?
It's going to track you.
No. I just went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Not just, like probably a couple weeks ago. And the whole Jefferson system, which is a huge health group in Philadelphia and the country, she said, put your palm on the thing. And I put my palm and I had these things like up to your fingers and you stop and it scanned my palm. And then she said, okay, so now that's all my records. So your palm print is very unique. And so every time I go in now.
Very private, some would say.
Yeah. So every time I go in now, I don't have to show my insurance card or my ID or whatever. I'm just going to put my palm on the thing for anything to do with medical. Amazon's picking up on it. And
I don't like it.
You're going to connect your credit card to it. So you don't have your purse, you don't have your card, you don't have nothing. And you go to Amazon, you want to pay. And
Mark of the Beast is coming.
No, because take your palm print.
Now you're in their database forever. And guess what?
What?
Then when there's a big crime in the area, the police are going to go over to Amazon and say, hey, give us all your fingerprint scans. And they'll say, oh, yeah.
Remember, was it Facebook or not Facebook? Who was it? They wouldn't give up the private information.
Yeah, but they do. The police go to Snapchat a lot. What I'm saying is, then they're going to have all of our fingerprints, and then they're going to take those fingerprints, and then I'm going to get falsely accused of arsonery on the local Chinese food store because they didn't have my order. They didn't get my order right. I could go for some Chinese.
It is called Amazon One, by the way.
Amazon One, WON. They took over. It's over for us.
That's
guys.
funny. Okay, so did you know that you can pay to make life easier for you when you die if you're Catholic?
Wait, you're talking about like back in the day,
yeah.
Don't tell me the word. The word is you pay indulgences.
Yes, indulgences.
Indulgences.
I think a penal.
I don't know why you're smiling. That's a big old.
Okay,
so a big old question mark on the
indulgences
history of Catholicism.
Yes, indulgences were outlawed. So indulgences were you would not just pay money, but you would do like penance and you do these certain things for sins that you felt that you committed. Plus you would pay money and then you would get an absolution from the I was gonna say hospital, from the church, and that would limit your time in purgatory or make things better for you. It was outlawed in the 1200s, but
in the 1200s, I believe you. It's just why do people still bring it up?
No, because it was brought back without the money part. So it was brought back. It was brought back by Pope John Paul, which everybody loved.
JP2?
Yeah, to celebrate something in the olden days. But Benedict really pushed it and was like, remember we wanted to do this? It's still around. You can still do it. As a matter of fact, if I just read an article and it was about your guy, Pope Francis, and he was offering indulgences during COVID if you would like pray for the people and who were suffering or something like that. People can look it up more because it's kind of hard to understand. And it said if you're
without the money part, isn't that just sort of like repentance in a way?
Yeah, it is. I think it's just like putting a highlight on it.
Yeah,
because it was different things you had to do, not had to do, but it would help. I don't know. It's very confusing. It said if you're under 50, which we all are, you never have even heard of it. Now you did hear of it, but that's because you're in the biz.
I'm in the biz. I'm in the behind the scenes.
Because I didn't hear of it.
You never heard of indulgences?
No.
Well, you know why? I think you grew up in a very... You probably didn't know there was any other form of religion besides Catholics.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I am so well-rounded. I'm like a big old circle. And so I've been around other denominations, other religions.
And that's what they point at?
It's a knot.
Okay.
It's one of like the big like, oh, we'll explain indulgences.
Right.
But interestingly, there was never an explanation. A lot of the explanation was, listen, if you're big enough and you've been around long enough, you're gonna have made some questionable choices.
Right.
But I wasn't back around in the 1200s. But where I was at a lecture seminar 2 years ago. I was there.
Okay.
With this guy who was an expert on Nordic law. Mm-hmm. So back in the Viking times and sort of the laws they had and why they had them. And we talked about a million things, and I might be butchering any of the information I give, but I remember making a parallel connection because one of the things that you did when you messed up was you would pay money to the person. If you did someone wrong, you would pay them money.
Like physically pay another human being.
You'd physically pay another human being. But the purpose behind it was you wanted to do it because sorries can be lied about. It's easy to say sorry. It's hard to give someone money.
Right.
And so it's showing like I am genuinely repentful for this.
Okay.
Now I'm not defending it, but what I'm saying is a lot of people look at it like the Catholic Church this is old time, this is way back, was like, hey, you want to go to heaven? Cough it up. Right. But if it was more like you were quite like physically have a physical representation of I want to have my conscience cleared. Right. You saying your conscience is cleared isn't doing it. It's like, please, let me give you a coin, and it's like, okay, like I did something wrong, and now I got financially hit from
and
it. Also,
like if you think that you gave the money to the church and then they went and used it, at the casino, the idea is supposed to be that the money is always put back into support for the church, right? And all the think of the Jews
and all the art and gold and
think of the Jews who
cathedrals.
You have to pay to go to high holy days in synagogue. So in our church, it's Christmas, it's Easter. You go to church, it's free. They ask if you want to make a donation in a basket, but you don't have to buy a ticket to sit in the church. There's no doormen who say, "Where's your ticket?" The Jewish people. Most, I think, synagogues, you have to buy a ticket in advance, and their thought is because we need to keep the synagogue going, and we pay people to be here and to turn on the lights and to clean the floor. So if you look at it like that, like you're paying for that way. Plus, in the Jewish religion, if you some of the synagogues, if you can't afford, they still let you.
Yeah,
they still let you come in, but. So if you kind of think of it like that, I'm not saying
I'm not
suggesting that.
Skirt. We're not defending indulgences. We're just looking at a different side of it.
I'm just looking at a different side of it. You said 1 second ago, you said, I might be butchering this. And I just wanted to correct something that you said the other day.
Here we go.
That I found out today looking at pay stuff.
What did I mess up?
It was not messed up, but it was, you talked about, we were talking about rowing, and we talked about
the rowing podcast.
Across the river to the other side. And we talked about, so that's Greek mythology. And you said they put the coins on the eyes.
Two different things?
No, it's almost completely correct. But to pay the ferryman to row you over to the other side, if the loved ones of the deceased would put a coin in his mouth.
Oh.
And that was supposed to get him to pay the ferryman to cross him to the other side. But you are correct about...
Oh, sue me.
No.
For
it's
knowing...
just that I saw it. I know.
That little bit of... What even mythology is that? Is that like...
Greek.
No,
I just saw it. And you aren't wrong about the eyes. But I think that was to hold them down so they didn't scare people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought there was like something to it.
There might be. Might be more to it than that. How about pay it forward? Do you know what that means?
Oh, man. I always get so nervous to do that. And it's happened to me a couple times.
Right.
And it is...
doesn't... Okay, I see where you're going with this. It doesn't have to specifically mean what you're about to say.
No, I'm not about to say it. You have to then pay for the person behind you?
Yeah, you're saying...
I actually don't think you should do that.
We haven't said anything yet, so you didn't tell them.
Okay, guys, so what pay it forward is drive-thrus.
But I'm saying pay it forward is a much broader term than just that.
Okay. Pay it forward is financially doing something for someone else.
I don't think it has to be financially.
Is doing something... Like,
pay it, I'll say it, and then you'll say what you don't like.
Spencer, you small word. You give someone something...
someone did something for you, and instead of paying that exact person back...
Yes.
Just go and do something nice for the next person.
The idea is that if everyone does that, it's going everywhere.
And that's the big
communism in a way.
That's the broad pay it forward. Like people go, oh, thank you so much for giving me your seat in the bus. And then you go pay it forward. You don't want the seat back. You don't want money. But like someday you be nice to someone.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the popular
thing of a drive-through where when you're sitting in line and you get up to the window and you get ready to pay, this is my last dollar. And then they say, whoa, we don't even need your last dollar. Person in front of you paid for you. Enjoy your day. Mm-hmm. And it's the whole pay it forward thing. It happened to me 3 times. Happened to me twice at Chick-fil-A, once at Starbucks.
Never happened to me my whole life.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, I think I'm just back in my car looking like, I don't know.
I must look rich.
I know, I was about to say. It's probably my car. They're like, that poor boy. Oh, my God.
Yeah, he doesn't have any money.
That poor soul thinks he can afford Starbucks. No, I don't think that. I think they're just kind souls in right time, right place. But I always want to do it, but I'm a shy guy. And like so many times I'm at Starbucks and like I pay ahead or something.
Right.
And so I'm just picking it up in the window.
Yeah.
And I'm just like ready for like, hey, I'll pay for the person behind me. And then they'll say, oh, they paid for theirs already. And then, or like they'll say,
you don't have to do it.
I know, but let me stop talking about the negative. Let me talk about the positive.
All right.
There is no better feeling. Even when it is over something cheap, like $7 Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, $7, that's fine. I have $7. It's no issue.
You wouldn't be there.
No big deal. I have $7.
Yeah.
It is just the random act of kindness with a person that you don't know.
Right.
It changes your whole day.
Right.
You're walking around with a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Over the same nuggets you were going to be eating.
Yeah.
But so why I like it and I want to do it, it's not like, oh, I feel the burden of being -3 on pay it forwards. It's the...
You want to be as nice to others.
It's the feeling I got. I quite literally want to pay it forward.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right. Last minute is Jesus paid for our sins so we could
for our sins.
Go to heaven.
Yes. Now, what does that mean?
Well, sometimes it's
what a big thing to bring up last minute.
Well, because I know it's a big thing to bring up last minute, and I actually wanted to bring it up sooner. I didn't realize I had so much pay information, but I didn't want to close it without saying it.
Yeah.
So
Jesus paid for our sins.
We could bring it up a different day.
We can bring it up a different day, but generally, we'll do a little... That's
what people say. I mean, I don't know if it's in the Bible.
We'll pay it for, yeah. But... Well, yeah, so the idea of he paid for our sins is when you pay for something, is you give something to get something.
Right.
And so God comes down in human form as Jesus and he lives an earthly life through trials and tribulations, and he sacrifices himself for us,
Right.
so that we can continue on and live and go to heaven,
Right.
and once again be joined to him. So it took something. He had to quite literally be crucified,
Right.
so that we can one day go to heaven. And what better payment is that?
Right. I think we really should talk about. We could talk about it tomorrow because it's walk through
We'll
Thursday.
we'll find like a verse with it.
Yeah.
But that was One Word Wednesday, guys. It's payday, baby.
Yeah. Payday doesn't have to be Friday. It can be Wednesday.
So the real reason we brought up pay is so that I can plug my Venmo.
Yeah.
Because to pay it forward.
Pay
And
cash.
I'm just goofing. I'm just new boot goofing. It's a Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, go pay it forward. Only if you want to. Actually, don't. But what I'm saying is it feels really good when it happens to you, and I'm going to try to do it as well. Capiche? Capiche. Peace.
Bye.